All right, so this video is going to actually cover both 5.1 and 5.2 in its totality. And we're going to talk about angles and so let's first start with the definition of an angle. And you've probably seen angles everywhere. Roof pitches, for sports, they're used all the time. Golf, I love this picture of golf. You'll use it in pool for figuring out the angle that a stair should go up. So they're used in a lot of places. And this class is going to actually be built off of angles. So let's define some things. So an angle consists of two rays that have a common endpoint. What is a ray? Well, a ray consists of one point on a line and it extends in one direction. The common endpoint that two rays shares is called a vertex. So you can see right here, there's the vertex. So that's where these two rays share. So this would be the angle. Greek letters are often used to describe angles. So these look a little scary at first, but they're really not. Just make sure you know Greek letters, these are just placeholders, just like an X and a Y. So this one you're going to see a lot in here. This one is called theta. This one is alpha. This one is beta. And this one is gamma. Now throughout these videos you're going to see I'm going to talk sometimes a little bit quicker with how I'm writing and not have the pauses for you to stop and write, just because I know everyone writes at a different pace. So what I recommend doing is watch me fill out a slide and then pause it and then copy it down onto your notes, so that way you're seeing everything I'm doing, but then you're able to copy it all down in your video notes so that you have that as a really good resource to use. You get points for taking the notes on the video notes. So let's keep on going. So as the rays of an angle open up, the ray that remains in a fixed position is called the initial side. And the ray that rotates open is called the terminal side. So you can see here, we've got initially, if this angle started here and it opened up to here, that's why that arrow goes in that direction. So where it ends is called the terminal side. An angle is in standard form or standard position if its vertex is located at the origin, so there's the origin 0, 0, and its initial side extends along the positive x-axis. So for example, positive angles are measured from the initial side in a counterclockwise direction. So for example, we'd start here on the positive x-axis and we'd going counterclockwise. So that would be a positive angle. A negative angle is measured from its initial side in a clockwise direction. So if I was drawing a negative angle here, this would be the initial and we'd be going in the clockwise direction. So this would be a negative angle and this one would be a positive angle. Making one full revolution produces an angle of 360 degrees or a full circle. So to go all the way around the circle, it's 360 degrees. So if we were asked to sketch an angle of 120 degrees in standard position, so standard position means the vertex is here. I'm going to do this in purple. So your initial side is here. So 120. So if this whole thing is 360, if I take 360 and divide it by 4, I get 90 degrees. So that means each of these pieces is going to be 90 degrees. So there's 0, there's 90, 90 plus 90 is 180, 180 plus 90 is 270. So each one of these little pieces is 90 degrees. So if I were to draw 120, so that's a positive angle, so that means I'm going to be going in the counterclockwise direction. So we're going to go past 90, but not past 180. So about right here is where 120 degrees would be. If I had to draw negative 240, so negative 240 means I start here, and I'm going to go in this direction. So this is 90 degrees. This is negative 180 degrees. And then we would get to negative 240 is going to be right before this one, not quite. So that's negative 240 degrees. Oh, I already had that circle there. So two angles in standard position that share the same side, so in this case they did, they are called, I'm going to write it down here since I screwed up, coterminal angles because they end